One of the harsh side effects to what I do is having to sort through all of these tragic videos. I mean, you ever watch a man walk through mud and rubble looking for his 8-year-old daughter while people who scream compassion online were laughing? It's not a movie, man. This is not a moment for hashtags. This is Texas, and what you're about to witness will show you exactly who really cares about this country and who just pretends to. First, see it for yourself.
We're at Camp Mystic looking for our kids. We've been in Kerrville all night. We got here and started looking, and the game warden showed up. Or we went as far as we could downstream, but we don't have the equipment for that, so we're letting them do that, and then we're looking for places that they're gonna potentially be alive. There's over 20 of them still out there. Uh, 8 to 9-year-old girls going into 3rd and 4th grade.
And they were all in this cabin?
Yeah, these two cabins. This one, and then I think that one too. Good.
Well, the water reached all the way to some of the top of his trees. The trees was underwater, so you're talking about 30 feet of it, probably higher. So you're talking about 10 meters or so, and it was higher than that. So he swept cars, whole houses were floating down the river. So that's pretty bad. You know. We've never seen anything like that, and hopefully we'll never see it again. You know, but it was just very bad for the town, for the communities around. So bad, devastating. Yeah.
that?
Well, I was telling her, we see this stuff on TV, and you don't really imagine it happening, so close to home, especially in her hometown, and seeing it, it's just like, seems like it's not real, really. I mean, it's. Yeah, all we can think about is because we have our two girls as well, and that's all we think about is that could have been them, down there at the camps and missing, and
Yep.
so our hearts just kind of go out to those families. And
So I just wanted to show y'all that it's not just some sort of headline, man. That was a father. And while he was out there praying to find his baby girl alive, you got people out here that were posting TikToks. They always talk about being a party of empathy. But when real Americans are drowning, literally, they're silent at best, mocking at worst. You want to see how deep the failure runs?
One more question.
Yeah, well, one of the questions that still hasn't been answered 3 days into this is despite TEM's warning on July 2nd and July 3rd that something like this could have happened, that the threat existed, why that information didn't get down to the camps and why they weren't evacuated. Can you answer that now?
That is a great question, but again, we want to make sure that we continue to focus. We still have 11 missing children that we want to get reunited with our families. Until we can get reunited with their families, we are not going to stop. We are not going to stop until we do. So, thank you.
Follow-up question, sir. Was any emergency alert given out on the 4th that morning of? Did anyone get
Sir,
any
there are
alert?
families who deserve better than that.
Wow.
One more question.
Wow. Because while that man searched for his daughter, the people who were supposed to warn him, y'all see, they were covering out. He looked like he covering his own tracks. No answers, no accountability, no shame. They had days of warnings. But Camp Mystic, 27 girls still missing, is what's being reported at this moment. Now, these are the same officials who want your trust during the next crisis. They failed children. But don't worry, Rosie O'Donnell actually has something to say. From across the ocean, sipping tea in Ireland. I'm sorry, excuse me. Here comes the lectures from the rich elite.
And what a horror story in Texas. The flash floods in Texas, the Guadalupe River. 51 missing, 51 dead, more missing. Children at a camp. And when the president guts all of the early warning systems and the weathering forecast abilities of the government. These are the results that we're going to start to see on a daily basis because he's put this country in so much danger by his horrible, horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral bill that he just signed into law. As Republicans cheered, people will die as a result, and they've started already. Shame on him. Shame on every GOP sycophant who's listening and following the disastrous decisions of this mentally incapacitated POTUS.
These people hate Trump so much that they'll use a flood to push their agenda. Kids are dying, and she's ranting about bills and NOAA budgets. Let that sink in, man. It's never about the victims. It's about the narrative. And if the truth gets in the way of that narrative, they rewrite it. Thank God not everybody's blind to it, because while the left played Twitter politics, a black man from the South told the truth. The media will not show you.
Y'all wonder why people really support Trump. Rest in peace to all them kids that passed away in the flood, but look how fast he owned it, though. Like a real president, man. Y'all can say what y'all want about Trump, but I won't even hear it. Even if you next to me in my ear, you can't hear it. He's a dictator. Oh, no, he's a leader. Trump is a real leader. That's what Trump is. Trump is a real leader, and y'all can't handle it sometimes because you're so busy being followers and following other people that's followers, and that don't mean no good to you. You'll never see it. You wouldn't see a leader if it slaps you in the face. Trump is a real leader, and he down there putting down leadership and getting them people some help instantly with no problems. All I can say is go Trump, and rest in peace to the kids and the people who lost their life in that flood. But Trump is down there helping right now.
You know, I'm just happy we got somebody telling the truth about Trump. You know, real recognizes real, man. And when the flood said Trump, he didn't tweet, he moved. While the left do what they always do. Blame the red states, blame the Republicans, blame you. Yeah. They claim they care, they talk about unity. But just wait until you hear what one of them said with a straight face.
Okay, my house is flooding. Anybody out there? I have my dad on hospice and I need to get him out of here. He's bedridden, he can't walk, he can hardly move, and look where the water is. So somebody please, we've called 911. It's bad over here. In front of the house, it's like a river. I mean, it's like a lake. They can't come look. We've lost our cars, everything. We've lived here for 30 years, and this has never happened. So anybody, please, if you have a boat or something, I need help. I need to get my dad out of here. It's starting to smell like sewer in here.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, this be so hard to watch. But I wanted to show y'all that to show y'all this.
Happy 4th of July. With all the division, the difference is, I just saw a video of a woman in Texas. Her house is flooding and her father is on hospice in a bed, and I've been there, and the water in her home is, I don't know, it looked to be about 3 or 4 feet high. And she was saying how she needed to get him out, and she needed help. See, the difference is the so-called liberals and the left will see that person in that very deep red state and still care. If that shit were to happen in Massachusetts, the bluest of the blue, and someone posted a video saying, help, this is awful, blah, 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 you would have awful, awful red voters in the comments saying, oh, stop looking for handouts, take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah. I absolutely loathe this part of fuck around and find out. And you know what's going to happen? Is that everybody's going to say, oh, the cuts to National Weather Service, NOAA, FEMA, et cetera, et cetera. And you know what's going to, what the orange man is going to say? He's going to say, deflect. And he's going to say, that was Doge. Elon Musk, blame him. He did this. It's his fault. But, oh, again, yesterday in his speech in Iowa, he said that climate change isn't real. So there's that. I'm praying for all those people in Texas. And I don't pray. This sucks.
Disgusting, man. You voted differently so your pain doesn't count. I'm telling you, they say unity until tragedy strikes. They get real comfortable blaming you. And the comments just filled with hate from the same people who claim to be inclusive or tolerant. What you about to see next, it isn't political. It's borderline demonic. This last clip ain't about right or left. It's about wrong or right.
To be the one who points it out, but it seems like it needs to get pointed out. So are we not paying attention to majority of the videos that's being shared about this flood and the certain that's on the videos? Hopefully this is opening up some eyes and showing people that he watches. It don't matter who's watching. They're watching. They see you as a person and what you're teaching your kids and how your children treat others and how you treat others. And maybe y'all weren't the best of, helping thy neighbor unless they were still or the same as you. Because I find it ironic that it was the deep southern of Texas that it happened to. We knew back in the days where they used to do everything deep down in the southern.
I mean, you don't have to be conservative to feel sick watching that. You just have to be human. Because when people celebrate dead children because of their skin color, man, that's not politics. That's evil. And the fact that it came from someone working in the government shows you just how deep this rot runs, man. So next time they say they're the party of empathy, ask them about Camp Mystic. Ask them about those 27 missing girls. Ask them why mocking MAGA was more important than mourning a child. And if they can't answer, then maybe you just saw who they really are. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Peace.